everybody. I'm Dr. Teresita Glasgow, and I wanted to say Happy New Year. Yes, we've gone into a new year, and we're looking to see what this new year is going to bring us. Of course, um, the world has changed a lot, and it's currently continuing to change. So we have to prepare our minds, our wills, our emotions, our spirit, and we have to be ready for what this new era is bringing in. We have to be ready to receive some of the things that we want, and we have to be able to reject the things that we don't want. I saw an interesting post on Facebook, and the lady listed the books that she had read this year. I thought that was so great. So I went back and I took a look, and I actually typed out the books that I had read for last year. And so I want to share those titles with you today. It's kind of lengthy. I won't go into detail about all of the books. Some of them I'll stop and say something about, but there are 27 of them. So I did read 27 books. Now I should say my methodology was different with different books. Some of them were physical books, while others were audio books. Okay, so on my reading list for 2022, I began with a very interesting book called The New World Order, and it is a physical book. It's a very heavy, thick book, The New World Order. Very interesting read. And as I said, that was a physical book, okay? The second book I read was, and these are not in order of the order that I read them, the books of Enoch, The Angels, the Watchers, and the Nephilim by Joseph B. Lumkin. The third one was The Covenants, The Key to God's Relationship with Mankind by Kevin J. Conner and Ken Malmin. The fourth one was The Psychology of Totalitarianism by Mattias, Desmet. The fifth one was Color, Communism, and Common Sense by Manning Johnson. Interesting book, very interesting. Number 6 was The Power of the Decree by Patricia King and Brian Simmons. The 7th, Rules for Deplorables by Cathi Chamberlain. Number 8 was The Prophetic Warrior by Emma Starr. Number 9, Woke, Inc. by Vivek Ramaswamy. Number 10 was The Battle for the American Mind by Patricia and David Goodwin. Number 11 was Rules for Radicals by Saul D. Alinsky. Number 12 was Rigged by Molly Hemmingsworth. Number 13, Behold the Pale Horse by Milton William Cooper. Number 14 was Enoch Primordial by Brian Goodwin. Number 15 was The Laptop from Hell by Miranda Devine. Number 16 was The Enemy Within by David Horowitz. Number 17, I Hear the Lord Say, New Era by Lana Watson. Number 18 was Revolution by K.T. McFarland. Number 19, American Marxism by Mark R. Levin. Number 20, Speechless by Michael Knowles. Number 21 was Intercessory Prayer by Dutch Sheets. Number 22, The President and the Freedom Fight by Brian Kilmeade. Excellent book. Excellent book. Number 23, Unmasking the Devil by John Ramirez. Number 24, American Crusade by Pete Hegseth. Number 25, The Permanent Coup by Lee Smith. Number 26, Dark Agenda by David Horowitz. And number 27 was Royal Blood Lies by Susan Bradford. Now, a couple of these titles I would like to just call out so you'll know kind of what they were about. Well, I told you number one, the New World Order. What I liked about the New World Order is the subject matter that came up in the New World Order continued to come up repeatedly as I delved into other things through podcasts as well as my reading. So the space that I'm in right now is cultural, secular, and spiritual. And so bringing all those things together under one banner so that I can renew my mind about where the world is right now and where the world is going. Okay, so the New World Order was fantastic by Ralph Epperson. Color, Communism, and Common Sense by Manning Johnson was a book on communism and the African American or Black experience in the United States. And he came from a very good space in that he had been a member of the Communist Party and then had got out of the Communist Party, and then he wrote this book about, well, I'm not going to tell you about it, but what it did for me was to introduce me to certain aspects of African American, Blacks in America within the Communist Party and within the Marxist movement that were extremely new to me. I mean, I thought all Black people, you know, were pretty much capitalists. We're always talking about being entrepreneurs and so on and so forth. And so that I did not. It was new information for me. Some of it, a lot of it was new information for me. Okay. Rules for Radicals, Saul Alinsky. I read that first, and then I ran into Rules for Deplorables, and I read that, Cathi Chamberlain. Very good. Rules for Radicals I read simply because it was kind of a reference material as I looked into Marxism and as I looked into communism and I looked into the New World Order and I looked into the Great Reset and a lot of things that are going on in this time and space now, anticipating things to come. Then I want to renew my mind and evaluate different things. And so one of the things that I had to read for that was reference materials that others who are in that space had read, and it's part of their makeup, part of the things that they want to do with the world. Okay, let's see what else. The books of Enoch was very interesting, and it's one of those type of books that you have to continue to go back to and look at. It gives, I don't know if you heard my dog. My dog's over here sneezing. Anyway, wait, Vivek Ramaswamy, Woke Inc. I suggest everyone read that. Everyone should read that. All of these books are good. The Laptop from Hell, that was excellent. Very good book. As I give you these titles, one of the things that you will understand is there's not much fiction here. There's some of the books are a deep dive into subject matter that is very relevant to the times and space we live in. Right now, the space that I'm delving in, I usually talk about purpose and destiny. But what the space that I'm in right now is current events, secularism, spiritual, more from a Christian vantage point, and a prayer, all of those type of things. And then going into spaces that I haven't dealt in before, like one of the books, Royal Blood Lies. Royal Blood Lies and the New World Order, those two books by themselves will just, they'll put you into an atmosphere or a space where you'll come out knowing more than you did before. Okay, so I went over the titles. All of these books were very good. All of these books were very good. I found the authors to be very, very informed, and the books were easy read. The ones that were physical, well, you have to be dedicated to reading a book that's like yay thick. but the books were good. The authors were very, very, very good. As I said, Vivek Ramaswamy interesting person. Not only does he, his book was good, but I've also seen him on some podcasts, and he's been very, very interesting and has delivered a lot of good information. So this kind of lengthy video, which I didn't mean it to be, was to say Happy New Year, to tell you about some of the things that I read in 2022. Maybe you may want to also read some of these books, or all of them, and just kind of let you know what I'm doing. I'm still very much looking at politics. I'm looking at culture. I'm looking at secularism. I'm looking at, things from a Christian vantage point. And so sometimes we get into talking about maybe demons, seducing spirits, and doctrines of devils, and where we are in the world right now, and where we can anticipate to go, and where we can tell the devil, no, we're not going there. Okay, so again, Teresina Glasgow, Happy New Year, and I hope you enjoyed this video.